Hello, once again, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with the Ootcast, myself, Rayze, and my noble companion, Techno.
Hello, everybody.
It has been some time. Life, as ever, gets in the way. I've moved house, and Techno returns to the grindstone of human existence. And, so we're back, chapter 18. I'll be honest, it's been a while. So we're
Yeah,
probably going to be feeling our way out as we go through this.
we remember these chapters are something that we don't read everything. We just go through and be like, "That's right. This."
That's cool. That's neat. And that's just
Yep.
yet another reference. And oh, look, another one for the Anon son of a bitch counter. But yes, here we see the gang post seance and all the fallout discussion around said seance. And we see a little bit there of Jamie being very self conscious about
Oh
them.
yeah,
She's a little more confident now.
this is the right before the night out, I believe.
Yes, this is where we actually get a genuine hope spot. Like everyone is genuinely quite happy. Things are just going well.
Yes.
Feels like some stuff has been really resolved, and it's just generally a happy time. More or less.
Something to be.
Man, do you remember when that was the case, guys?
remember
do you
whenever
remember?
we used to get scenes like that where everybody was happy?
Yes.
Oh, it's another one of the walking segments.
It is another. Yes, there's quite a few in this section of the game. This one's worth doing. There's quite a bit of stuff that sets up for Jamie's arc.
Yeah.
This one sets up for Jamie's arc. But there isn't a huge amount to say, per se, not yet, because we're not really into the meat of Jamie's arc yet.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes. Now, for the first time, we find, there is something that has an element here of connecting to everything. It's a liminal space. And connecting, it being the place where he goes to connect to Healy is pretty interesting. And yes, there does have to be content here, eventually.
This is where it all ends.
It's a fucking subway. Unironically, I would not be shocked if, the final sequence of the game is everyone going up there and just going off screen, and that it is the location for the final sequence.
That is it.
Symbolically leaving.
And of course,
Kamigawa.
It would be like Ashley being like, "Of course, it was always the fucking subway."
It was always the subway. But yeah, now we see here Jamie and CJ really doing it's in some ways the peak of the brohood element before things get really romantically complicated, even though it kind of is already. But yeah, we see him and CJ and her, or him to CJ, yeah. They're just kind of vibing with each other, and you see the strength of their friendship. Because you're boring. And then we get our first hint that CJ is actually not just completely stupid. He's just playing a role.
Oh, right. I forgot about that whole thing. Yeah, CJ is definitely just stupid. There's not an explanation for anything that he does. It doesn't make sense.
There's not a huge amount to say for here.
Well, I mean, it's good to look. I mean, especially with the most recent chapters that have come out, it's really interesting to look at these scenes again and go, "Oh yeah, this is what it looks like normal." Because it's been a while since we've seen, the actual
gang doing anything without the incipient crisis hanging.
Yeah, I mean, this is just regular. They're shopping for clothes right now. This is nothing related
to. But this particular conversation is interesting because this is where we learn about how Sarah actually feels CJ's emotions. She isn't seeing through his eyes. Here. Well, it kind of moves on to that.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it's both. It talks about how the difference between how Sarah and Teresa are feeling things. So, this is where we get the explanation that Teresa's sight, and therefore by logical extension, Orcsa's, but probably obviously to a much higher degree, is able to see the impact of karma on people's souls. That's what the colors and shapes and stuff that and the emotions and concepts that Teresa sees in them means. And that then connects into Sarah talking about how she feels CJ's emotions, but she doesn't see through his eyes easily. It takes a lot of concentration to do that. And I personally, my thought there now, knowing what we know now, my thought is that that's a symptom of the fact that she's only part of Crow. So, with that in mind, she's only feeling part of what CJ feels, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense.
Or what CJ is experiencing, I should say, because she's getting the feelings. Maybe Crow gets some feelings, but was also able to see through his eyes. You know, lots of stuff like that. Yeah, well, we get to see a little bit of first proper mention of James' family.
Ends up being, I mean, it very well could just be like CJ gets mad, and you're like, Sarah thinks it's for one reason and Crow thinks it's for another. You know, it's like
because they get emotions without context at this point. So yes, we learn about Jamie's parents and them being artists and an artist's assistant.
One of the, I mean, we haven't seen Jamie's parents in forever, as of the recent chapters. I mean,
there's only so many hours. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, we've been spending a lot of time on the other side.
Yeah. Oh look.
But
totally not ominous fountain.
Here is where they choose to talk about CJ's dad. But this is actually quite interesting. Like, this is a really seemingly bit of a nothing burger, but it's really important. I think from what we learned as we go on that she never saw him as the Chad figure. She just saw a ball of light.
Yes.
She just saw a spiritual entity. We don't know if she actually recognizes them as the same.
It's very direct, theatrical even. It's just funny.
So he gave me his body a second chance.
Yeah, because we could really go on a tangent here. I'm not sure I want to do that, but the fact that I want to believe Sarah here.
I think it's true as far as Sarah is aware.
Yeah, as far as
Sarah believes it. I personally think that the ball of light. Yeah, I think the ball of light she's talking about, it wasn't Chad in the sky. It wasn't Skydad. I think it was Elenath's remnant spirit, who we call currently Jacob.
Yeah, I mean,
not CJ Jacob,
it would make
but Jacob the child. And that he was the one who interceded. Yeah, and he was the one who interceded to give Sarah the body she needed so that CJ would have a companion. And not just any companion, the best part of Crow as a companion.
And then Sarah's like, I tried to see through his eyes whenever he met him, but I couldn't. Well, it makes sense if CJ's projecting him, you know.
Yeah.
I will say, it is really, I still wonder how Sarah got to her body. Someone had to have brought it to her.
Well, the logic seems to be that the body was brought to her. So my guess is that Charles CJ brought it from the tank and teleported it to the shoreline.
I don't like that explanation because that's way too physical for the powers that be. Because usually there have been.
But I mean, it's the only thing it's the only thing we've got that makes sense.
No. You're correct. We don't know. So that, I'm not saying it's a bad answer. I'm just saying I don't like it because when Anon has done things that affect the physical world, there's a physical element to it. Yeah. It's very few. Off the top of my head, the only things that I can think of that happened based on powers that affected the physical world was when Crow made Ashley use her powers to teleport Leah and CJ off from the building.
And even then, that took place on the other side.
Yes, but it still affected the physical world. It moved them. And then Mizzy appearing. And that's it. Those are the only ones I can think of. I'm sure there might be
There's a couple of others. Some of what Leia does in her arc is the power.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely. It can affect.
But there do seem to be
it's just very
and hoops that have
Anon
to jump
does
through
not
to make
do
it
that
work.
without it being like the physical hardly gets altered without if it's spiritually related. So I'm just but yeah, no, I mean, we don't have an answer, and I'm the best we've got.
But Sarah also now just talks a bit about the Fae playing in the river, and the reason they all gathered here is that the river in its role as a life giver is important to them, so they all come here to gather and play.
I'm not really super familiar with is this based off a real location?
Yes.
This river?
I believe so. Yes.
I wonder how it looks really, because I feel like it would.
You could look it up. Someone actually did that. There's pictures somewhere on the Discord. They're quite old, but they are around. It's funny here that the assumption is that those are bunny ears on her Fae form when it's not. Those are dragon ears, but the eastern version of the dragon, the long, which is the serpentine type dragon. Often crosses over with deer-like features, like antlers and ears.
I can't remember if we've talked about this before. I do wonder how... Like, I wonder if the animal or thing that they embody on the other side will be more relevant.
Well, it seems that dragons have a particular symbolism from
that makes sense, because in every culture, especially, like, dragons tend to be, like, the...
Apex entities.
Yeah, the top...
This is another example of Jamie, wanting
this
to be
is
a
just
girl,
another reason to hate the corporate world. Really, it's entire, all of Jamie's arc is just like, you should hate the corporate world because I can't get the family company without pretending to be a boy. But it's okay, because the guy I'm in love with, guess what? He's stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate like, I don't think CJ's dumb. I don't think it's a bad trope. I don't like I don't notice my best friends actually, because you can't even explain that away with CJ being manipulated by the goddesses, because fucking Jamie isn't doing that.
This is where we come up against it, though. Like, as Jamie kind of intimates in 55 and 54 with 54 and 53 with CJ. CJ is still a good person, even with the things the goddesses have done to him and made him be. Like, the things the goddesses have endowed into CJ, like his nature, are still positive traits.
Oh yeah, no, you couldn't.
He is who
he
he
couldn't.
is.
He wouldn't be the way that he was if they were forcing him to be good all the time. Like, that's not.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the way I tend to see it is that if he is the dream of every goddess, as Hayate puts it, right? If he's their ideal, well, think about it what it means when you idealize this person that you love or a thing that you love. You always focus on their most positive traits. So if you imbue positive traits and nothing but positive traits into what makes a person, that's like those positive traits are going to be pretty universally appealing. Like, people always find charisma and confidence appealing. People always find, being being handsome in a general sense is a positive, attractive trait, and the list goes on.
Oh, the smug
Jamie,
Sarah
I'm a sensible
phase.
human being, I swear. Are you though?
Oh, smug Sarah.
It's a great look on her.
I know.
He doesn't. Not in the slightest. But yeah, no, this is. I mean, it's hard to imagine this Jamie compared to the Jamie we have now.
It's great.
Like, the Jamie we have now has changed so much in a good way, like in a way that makes sense and is good.
It's a great contrast. I love it. It's good.
Oh, we also kind of, I think we've also seen an aspect of Sarah here that doesn't really come up a huge amount later on.
She seems
much more wise and in control, and
she's purely just teasing Jamie here, but she's like, I know everything. I'm just pretending not to.
Like, she does have this massive wealth of life experience. But not necessarily as a human, sure, but just in general. I mean, as Crow puts it, she has the wisdom of the weeds and the rain. And the waves.
Sarah never really does this a whole bunch, but I mean, you would, if you got through halfway through Oot and like Sarah just acts kind of not stupid, but kind of acts like ditzy all the time, I'd be like, because she's doing that on purpose, and she's just.
I mean, it's kind of on purpose and kind of not. It's more that she's leaning into particular aspects of her personality. Is the way I see it.
My point was to bring it around to go, she's not dumb. She's actually really smart, even for.
Yeah. I mean, she is Crow. Crow is one of the smartest. Like genuinely, like Crow is one of the smartest people in Oot. Like, yes, her plans fuck up, but
even now is but
even then, her plans are like pretty consistently
very
clever and
messing
effective.
Everything
like
up.
Her ability, yeah, but her ability to manipulate circumstance is very impressive. Yeah, more like an ancestor spirit, very much so. Yeah, but here we get a little hint towards how Sarah sees them as family, although I think both her and Jamie are kind of talking about different things. Now here we get a little outside perspective. And Alejandra
I may know a thing or two about that. What? What do you mean?
Alejandra showing her care for them. She really is like the cool aunt to the group.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that CJ sprite. I looked over and his eyes were just yellow. I was like, what?
Oh, great job, Aniki.
CJ is fearless.
He
right
doesn't
now.
exactly seem worse for wear. Yeah, his ability to not care and being like that is so clearly where now looking back so clearly the goddess's influence there. Like he doesn't seem to have much of a capacity for retrospection.
Yeah, having blinders on makes it really easy to be fearless. By the way.
Yeah. Like because of course their ideal of who Glory of Elenath always is and was someone who was never afraid, was always valorous and enthusiastic and all the rest of it, right? So that's why there's no room for someone who has self-doubt or fear in them, because that's not how an ideal person reacts, in the fantasy sense. The ideal hero is always decisive, always forward-looking, does what's right, yada, 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 all that sort of stuff. As is said to CJ, do you like being a protagonist, CJ?
Do you like being fucked with 24/7?
Do you like your entire existence being crafted around an artificially constructed set of ideals rather than being an actual human being?
Are you even real, CJ?
Okay, let's head back to the dorm.
Get ready for tonight.
You have what CJ has gone to buy her.
Ah, yes. The classic.
It doesn't look bad on her, to be said. In a strange sense, you can kind of see the echo.
I was about to say, I could totally see Hayato wearing this.
That's kind of what I was about to say. Yeah. Yeah. And then Sarah turns up looking like that.
Wearing
You got to feel
less
a little
clothes
bit
than usual.
No, yeah, but you also got to feel a little bit for Jamie here, because Sarah's getting to dress like this pretty girl, whereas Jamie's in a nice but very masculine set of suit.
I don't know why.
And this is also where CJ has
glasses is making me laugh.
But CJ also is just like, oh, this is part of the shift in emotions towards Sarah, which even Jamie picks up on. But yeah, Sarah shifting from being his sister to being very much not his sister in how he emotionally perceives her is on the cover. And
avians. What do all avians lead to? Rayze.
No, we're not going down this road. I refuse.
Yeah.
And here they are turning up and CJ's just, appreciating the scenery. And he can't be blamed.
No, these are
very pretty ladies.
The classic outfits.
Even the super.
We see them in so many renders. I swear. I feel like I've seen these renders a ton. Especially that one right there.
Yeah, it's one of Leia's aces. And then I love the visual interplay here of no words being spoken, but just exchange of looks and Sarah's being a part of the interplay, it's just really nice, really good, simple but very effective way of showing people's mutual interest.
This render is the
remember when everyone was happy render.
Well, that's not what I was. I mean, yes, you're right. This is the Anon has a soundtrack on YouTube that has this picture, and I can't remember what it is, but it's one of my favorite ones he has.
Rayze is not the... she's a bit of a homebody, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Even with all of that...
I do not remember this.
You should, it's a thing.
What? Yeah, love this. Love. This is the correct choice. It's in bold. You should pick
with
this
stars.
option.
Yeah, no, this is part. This is
Wait, what
part of the
happens if I
stuff
click
that
it?
would. No, this is no. This is part of the stuff that affects whether we get Victoria's extra kissing and then other
Oh,
stuff.
does
later
it?
on.
Okay, well,
Yes.
obviously we'll go with the correct one. Even though we won't be showing that. Oh, you mean for the walking her
The
home?
kiss at the-
Oh, yeah.
the walking
I
home and the
remember. I
kiss
thought you
at
were
the end
talking
of
about
the end of the night.
the karaoke thing.
No, that's much later. This is where they go, and Jamie. Yes, Jamie tried to keep up, and it didn't quite work.
Mm-hmm.
Ignore the reused background characters. We don't talk about that.
I genuinely didn't notice until you said that. Huh, who could that be? Anyway, moving.
Moving on swiftly. And CJ's trademark, just peak humor. He is truly the funniest person in the universe.
Oh, I do remember this now. It's not that I forgot about this. You mentioned like Jamie tries to keep up and can't. I was like, what? Oh yeah, that's right. It's been a long time.
When we see Jamie, we're getting a lot more of Jamie's monologue now that we're moving into Jamie's arc. As we do always, the POV is almost always from their perspective. In many ways, Ash's arc is kind of weird in that we don't actually get much of Ash's internal monologue.
But
on the other hand, Ash doesn't really have an internal monologue.
No,
everything is very external.
That's very true. Some people are like that though. You're right, but getting no Ash thoughts other than what she says out loud.
Well, even when you get her thoughts, it's more of a monologue that she's speaking out loud to herself. First time drinking, and she's trapped out with like a person who literally can't get.
If it's on beer, you must have drank a lot, Jamie.
Depends what percentage, I guess. And if they've never, and they are quite small, and they, God knows, like.
Yeah.
Like, some people just get drunk real easy. Hayato strikes me as the type to get drunk easy.
Oh, yeah, that's really funny, because everything Jamie would have been able to... Yeah, because she didn't get the no alcohol implant, so that means...
Yeah, the only modifications that Jamie has, and Mizzy, are the ones to make her a better vessel for Hayato.
To become mega genius, yeah. Hayato's like, I clearly have the biggest brain, so I must focus everything towards my intellect.
And just making sure the body is in the right
condition. Do you think?
To
Hold
be
on.
as receptive
Genuine
for the soul
question.
as possible.
Genuine question. So, Hayato dies, right? But before he dies, he gives Jamie all the gene mods that he wants for himself, right?
Hayato needs the baby he's going to go into to be as identical to him as possible, because the compatibility of the body and the soul has to be at a peak for someone's soul to transfer from one body to the next. So to pull off what he needed Jamie to be as like him as possible. But that's why all it took to completely throw his plans awry was Jamie
mom going, "Yeah, I want a girl." No,
I want a girl. And that's it. That's because that's how delicate it is. That's what he was trying to do was. Or that's all it took. So
he was kicking the
gene
fucking
mods,
wall.
Her gene mods make her a genius in the same way that Hayato was a genius, but it's not necessarily like she has a savant genius package upgrade like Shayla has. Shayla explicitly has what she calls it a savant package, which means that she was genetically designed to be a genius.
Interesting. I wonder if I bet Hayato could have changed that after the fact.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he could have done. And it would have made it impossible. Would have made it much harder for him to do what he wanted. So that's too delicate a thing for him to mess with. And Jamie just, doing the self-doubt and the downward self-talk and everything.
Oh, man.
And it's really, man, just do you remember when everyone was happy
We're going to say that a bunch. We're going to say that a bunch.
We're saying that so much.
Which is so funny because the previews for this next chapter look all happy and everything's fine, and you just know
Well, at least looks like things aren't completely to shit, so... After the lows of the recent chapters, we need a little bit of hope. We can have a little hope. Anon will let us as a treat.
It's so nice. You'd think I'd get tired of it after my 13th class, but...
Yeah, but the fact that Sarah is apparently can't get drunk is interesting.
Yeah, that's actually really funny. I did not remember
would presume, and because she has the same gene mods as CJ, he can get drunk. One would presume that's a spiritual thing, and as a Fae, that she can't get drunk.
Well, and here was a little bit of a teaser for Leia not being able to get drunk. Which really sucks, by the way. I don't drink or do anything like that, but I feel like not being able to, if you
it's a question of not having the option, right? It's the fact that it's yet another choice that was taken away from her. I actually really like the lining up of the music with this karaoke sequence. It just really seems to fit really well. Also, the way that Anon changed the visuals to match that Jamie is feeling desensitized from the overwhelming sensations of it all as she gets drunker.
Maybe I should have another beer.
I mean, it's classic introvert in an extrovert environment trying to cope, right? Well, it's classic introvert in an extrovert environment where they just kind of, I'll just have another drink. That'll be enough to make me feel more comfortable. And Jamie's jealousy and envy of the chemistry between CJ and Vic.
Not her.
Very film noirish lines. I asked the bottle questions I knew it didn't have answers for. Why couldn't that be me? Poor Jamie.
Oh, how simple things were when it was chapter 18.
Just a little bit of interpersonal, which she actually kind of calls out when she's like, look, I just want to go back to stupid interpersonal drama between my friends rather than dealing with shit about the end of the world, all right?
And then Suki was like, yeah, well, that wouldn't be interesting for the story, and I wouldn't.
And then
get out of here.
She fades out, wakes up, and she's in bed with CJ.
So, you're finally awake.
And of course he's holding her by the ass.
He wanted to call you a fucking ambulance.
It's interesting that he says that he could just tell that she was fine. I do wonder if that's a little touch of their own. Own link.
She's it's the whole best friend dynamic. It's like, I know my best friend. It's fine.
Yeah, that's nice. Shows you how well they know each other. And Jamie is, yes, quite obviously emotional, pretty deep in the chink, and still drunk, which is what makes what happens next pretty inevitable. But it does kind of show the depth of Jamie's feelings even back then. Like, Jamie was really being honest when she said that she'd basically been in love with CJ from day one.
Which I feel like isn't super, we have to remember, Vic and her have known CJ the longest. They grew up right next to each other. And then they continuously stayed in touch until CJ got forced away. Yeah, of course.
And it was Jamie that he called first.
Really just unfortunate for Jamie that, oh, by the way, you now in order to retain the company, you're gonna just have to act like this for fucking ever.
Yeah. And I do genuinely wonder though just how much CJ's not being aware that of Jamie being a girl is he genuinely was dense, or whether it was the blinders of the goddesses affecting him. And
I actually am more inclined to believe that now, because hold on, so we have the two people that he grew up with was Vic and her, and then why wouldn't the goddesses put blinders on to focus his attention towards Vic more, right?
And then Leia and the others in turn as they arrive.
Yes, as it led to that, of course, yeah. Mm-hmm. But it makes sense.
It does. It
doesn't help.
Even if not as a
Jamie
conscious
was,
thing,
forced into this situation. But yeah.
Yeah. Go for it, baby. And of course, she kisses him. And now, okay, this is where we get a little bit of controversial. Like, yeah, she passes out, and then CJ freaks out, but he still puts her to bed. Mind, he still puts her to bed, but so he holds off on freaking out until later. Like, he still looks after his friend, even though he is quite understandably having a moment of gay panic. Like, my best friend just kissed me, my best guy friend. Like,
yeah, if CJ was a girl, it wouldn't have mattered because girls do that all the time. I'm just kidding.
You heard it first here, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I have a couple friends when I say shit like that, they're like, it's not how it fucking works. I'm like, uh-huh. No,
but yeah, CJ goes back to see Victoria, and this is nice to see them back in a better place after the initial drama and then everything that happened.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of interesting in a lot of ways that CJ and Victoria have this rapport that sets things up, because Victoria very much takes the role of head wife in terms of at least in terms of managing the feelings of the group, right?
Yeah.
She very much kind of seems to be the one who runs the show in terms of the polycule and looking after everyone in it.
Like if you didn't know, like, especially if you just played the beginning of Oot and you didn't know what was to come, like, if you, I'm trying to be unbiased here, seriously, because I know that we both like Vic, but you would have been, if you were like, yeah, Vic's main girl, and I do mean that, like, if you just played the beginning,
I mean, at this point in the story, you could be forgiven.
You would have been wrong.
Yeah, like at this point in the story, you could easily
past that.
Yeah, at this point in the story, you could easily be forgiven if, like, the main romantic tension is going to be
it sets
a love triangle between Victoria, CJ, and Jamie. Like, you could be forgiven for thinking that it's a love triangle, and that's going to be the center.
And then you could have chosen if you wanted to go after anybody else. That's kind of how it feels,
right? Yeah, but obviously that's not how things turn out, because as things really start to escalate. But it is just interesting that Victoria's first, but she's also going to be last. Like, her arc is going to be the last one before Tsukito's
technically,
and the end game.
Yeah, well, technically Jamie gets, but yeah, you're right. No, I know. We've talked about that. It's definitely important. It's on purpose.
So this is really interesting. CJ's indirectly trying to process what just happened. Like, CJ is trying to process what just happened, and he's like,
oh, right. So hold on, which is really funny, especially because like, we both agree CJ's not dumb. Like, he's having a very introspective moment here. We know that he knows. Like, we've gotten the scene where Jamie has the ring. Jamie has the ring.
But he's so struggling.
Is there something you want to tell me, bro? And then Jamie kisses him.
But the way CJ's really struggling with this is not just, I think, emotional awkwardness, or that's obviously a big part of it. I do wonder if there's an undercurrent of just, like, how am I gonna, like, process this when I know I'm into girls, and yet I've had this moment with my best friend, and yet
and it's like,
I do wonder what freaks CJ out more. Is he freaked out more that he might have, like, gay leanings, or is he freaked out by the fact that he feels like his friendship is at risk, right? Like, I do wonder if that's an open question to me as to which of those.
Well, I feel like we could compare. I feel like we could compare the situation to, like, how he views Ashley, because they both have a similar, like, Ashley's supposed to be his best friend in terms of, like, the goddess hierarchy, because that's how Hebe's described, and she really does.
This is
like,
true.
She even though she's his underclassman, she does play it up, and they both have that really, like he has a relationship with everybody, but, like, they seem like really friendly.
But there's a problem there. There's a problem with that comparison, because Ashley is literally only half the equation.
Yes. Well, I feel like we can't. I mean,
like, if we see Hebe as in terms of, like, Hebe as a combined whole, it's logically going to be, personality-wise, to a greater or lesser extent, the combination of Misaki and Ash, right?
No, I agree, especially with some of the more recent Misaki stuff. I agree.
So the way it works for me is, I mean, Ash represents the part of Hebe which is the passion and the ideal and the obsession with the ideals and dreams and hopes, and just the blind faith in hope and a better tomorrow, like the unadulterated optimism, right? That's the part that she represents. And then Misaki it's worth noting that Misaki in that sequence again. God, I always mention this sequence every Ootcast. 51 when she's in that like
God damn
in
it,
a
yeah.
spiritual location talking to Child CJ, and Child CJ says, "You are my best friend. You're
Yeah.
the part." He specifically says, "You're the part that was my best friend." So I think that's what Misaki embodies, the part of CJ
Yeah,
that
especially
was
with
that.
how, like, because
And it's
Misaki
going to be
doesn't.
really
Yeah.
interesting. It's going to be really interesting because I feel like Misaki has not really had the proper chance to be that best friend to CJ just
No, she
because of
hasn't.
the
She's been
geography.
no, because she's been like intentionally like sidelined, not by CJ, but like just by the story. Like
By events, yeah, by events,
she
by
has
Crow
no way
literally
to
pushing
fight
her to
that.
one side.
Yeah.
Yeah, up until now, like even now, she's still bound to Kieran, so she
Hmm.
can only spend time with CJ
Yeah.
through
It's
Kieran, and she's
really gonna
really
suck. It's
careful.
really gonna suck when she dies and we get no more Misaki content.
I'm gonna
By the
murder
way,
you in
hold
your
on.
sleep.
Hold on. Just want to point out, because obviously I'm kidding. Do we like the person that gets almost no like? It's not that Misaki doesn't get like a spotlight or quality time, but like she can't be as relevant as she should be able to, and we thought that she was gonna die. I don't know, kind of weird. Like it made
I
sense thematically, but I
it,
was
it
just
made
like,
sense at the time, although now we do know that she's not going to be gone in
no.
that respect. I generally think now that she's eventually going to get her own body and separate from Kieran,
Oh,
at
I
least
hope
on a
so.
physical level.
Oh, I hope so. Come on, it's got to, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Because, and but I do think that that
especially with the
element that we
whole
were just
Crow
talking
setting up,
about.
you could make me my own body if you wanted to
Yeah.
CJ.
So the
Like,
way I kind of see it, is that CJ, sorry, Misaki is going to have that connection to CJ when CJ absorbs child
oh my god, wait a
CJ,
minute, hold on.
aka Elanath, because then he's going to. We know that you inherit memories, right, from the shards that you absorb,
Mm-hmm.
from pieces of yourself that you absorb. So logically speaking, CJ's going to, and we know CJ's going to absorb other CJ
Oh,
shards.
yeah, because he would have all the
So,
memories
so he
of
would
his younger self
have,
talking with Misaki for her entire life.
or in this case, well, his younger. Well, it's not his younger self. It's the part of him that
Right,
is
it's Jacob.
Elanath. It's Jacob. That's the part of him that's Jacob. That's the part that kept Misaki sane all those years by appearing to talk
Oh,
to
that.
her.
Oh my gosh, I hope that happens. That would be so
And that's going to
sweet.
be the rekindling of that connection, because at this point, yes, Jamie's still very much his best buddy,
Oh,
but
you know what? That's actually a really good point, because hold on, we've all. I feel that's so true. We're focused because this is main. I'm not talking about Jamie. Ashley getting her ring connection, and it activated Masaki's too. But
yeah,
like Ashley and CJ are already like pretty in sync here. Like getting another like ring awakening, quote unquote, because obviously the ring's already awakened, but like with specifically Masaki here to complete the the Hebe duo,
the Hebe duality,
totally
yeah.
makes sense. Oh my god, that's gotta be something like that happens. I hope so.
So
That would be
yeah, it's
so
like
sweet.
tuning, and it's like, because if you think of it as her being, as Misaki is currently more tuned to Jacob slash Elanath than she is to CJ, at least kind of. CJ then gets that attunement more specifically, and most of all the memories. Like if he remembers all those conversations that Misaki had, and then that emotional closeness is going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And then
But
I think that's going to be a decisive. Like we know he cares about Misaki and that they love each other, but again, there's just the physical geography of he can't converse with Misaki without
without,
doing it through Kieran, and
yeah,
Misaki is really careful to not get in the way of Kieran because of Kieran's issues around possession. So it's going to be
good
really
on Kieran
interesting
for
to see
letting her
how.
out sometimes.
Well, yeah, I know, and Kieran. Anyway, it's if you really think about it, up until the 50-51, it's a huge deal that Kieran trusts Misaki as much as he comes to. And the
Yeah.
strength of their bond and connection. I mean, it's really hammered home by, as Child CJ says to Misaki in that scene in 51, you were the first person to forgive her when you had the least reason to.
Mm-hmm.
And man, is that so true. And I really think that act is a huge part of what's allowed Kieran to cope with the revelations of recent chapters. But
Yeah.
yes, getting back
No.
to this,
But
we
back
completely.
to the original question, which was, do we think CJ's having like a freak out moment because of like that? I think it's just like he's always felt strongly about Jamie, But it's like, for some reason,
never fully understood his own
doesn't matter.
feelings.
It doesn't matter because he's attracted to girls, and it's like deep down he knows that she's a girl. But it's
Well,
like,
but you could also say you could also very easily spin it the other way, just being that gender doesn't really matter when it comes to these sorts of spiritual connections. Like, it's the person's mind and soul that you're connected to, not their body. So it
well,
doesn't
we do know that.
really
Yeah.
matter.
I mean, I guess it's a fair question as well as we know.
We know at least some
well.
OG
No, I
shards
don't.
certainly swing that way.
No,
So.
no, I don't. I think thinking about no, because I don't disagree with you, but we know how Jamie feels, and so it's like, okay, so I have a ring with my best friend, and my best friend just tried to kiss me or did, so it's like, oh, well, that's because you can have a ring with someone and not be like, you don't have to
Romantic,
do that
yeah, absolutely.
stuff.
It's just
Which is
really different. It's just really
probably
rare. It's the exception
what
rather than the
CJ
rule.
was hoping because he was like, okay.
I mean, only up until like, only in the very. It's
Yes,
really hard to
here at
say
the
that
beginning. Yes,
definitively.
to clarify, here at the beginning.
It's really hard to clarify though, because like he doesn't fully understand what the ring bond is. I don't think anyone, even Sarah, who tries to explain it, doesn't really seem to fully understand ring bonds.
Well, it sucks because it's
It's
not
a very
fair.
deep question.
No, it is. It's just it's unfair to our cast because it's like at this
I mean,
point
there's another.
nobody knows
There's
nobody knows
another.
anything until Crow
There's
shows up.
another element to this, or two other elements to this. If we presume, as we've just said, that shards inherit the memories and the memories that come with the feelings of those memories.
Oh my
the
god!
emotions
I
we
swear to
experience,
God, if this is gonna be what I think it is, I'm gonna
and
punch
then
you.
we're going to have him absorbing the other CJ shards, does that mean he's going to absorb their feelings for their companions?
Oh my god! I have half a mind to. I have half a mind to move on from this
I know that you're
conversation.
reacting negatively to this, but come on, that it's a fair point.
It's because you want Bahi feelings to be related
that
to
is
this
a
shit.
secondary layer.
No,
to
it's
this.
not. This is 100% what this is.
No, my logic is sound. My logic is
My
completely
logic
sound.
is sound that CJ can fuck the femboy. Of course, genius.
It just happens to coincide, I tell you. But in all jokes aside, I genuinely do think that's a reasonable possibility. I mean, we know that Myrna, for instance, she's got an icon in the server. She's been mentioned to have a bigger importance to the story going forward as things go on.
Well, because we know that Alan's like going to be a major part. Like we know that Alan's going to
have
a
big role in this. Yeah, we know he's going to have a big role in this arc, and there's a lot of flags being set up for him to make a big sacrifice move.
Oh, do we really think that? I mean, I don't disagree because all the context with, especially the outsider knowledge that we have with her having extra content that she really shouldn't, it makes sense. But man, I just like Alan dies and Myrna joins the group seems so fucking off-putting. But I mean, again, it would be
why is it
way more
off-putting though?
Well,
I mean,
it's
why is it off-putting there? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's a valid perspective to be kind of considerate, but like,
I mean, what is Myrna
it's the same.
embody
The whole
again?
point is.
Because it has to be thematic. Like if we get another fairy to join the group, it would have to. I would imagine we would get another one after that for a total of 4.
Not necessarily. Maybe I mean, we know that Myrna's special in terms of her power level for a fae. Like she's described as the most powerful fae anyone has met or encountered, except for Crow. Obviously.
Yeah, because isn't she the oldest besides Crow?
Yeah, she is. She's the oldest beside Crow. Like, she's meant to be ancient. Like, almost as old as... The only other one older than her that we know of is Prince Dana.
Is she older than Prince Dana? Do we know that?
We don't know. She may well be. We don't know exactly how old Myrna is. We know Myrna remembers when the lands... She came from the steppes. And...
I remember that. Yeah, you're right.
And from what we can tell, she has been around a very long time. So she may be as old
that
or
world
not that
lasted
much
long enough before the CJ shard showed up, before some bad shit happened, which makes sense because other than
because her sisters disappeared as well. And if our theory holds that their sacrifice is necessary to power them up to be able to become that companion, that would make sense that that's what eventually happened.
Makes sense though, because Alan's world is the farthest technologically besides CJ's because it's ahead. But
they're behind. They're like
about besides CJ compared to the rest of the fairies.
Oh yeah.
In their world,
they're about 80 to 100 years behind CJ's world, give or take. They seem to be like the 60s, 70s by the most recent point is roughly.
I definitely realized with the most recent chapter, we should probably move on, but with the most recent chapter, how much
even now Victoria's wingmanning for Jamie though.
CJ didn't tell the rest of the shards anything, like, and then just Ashley being like, yeah, by the way, here's all the information nobody told you.
Well, he never got the chance to.
No, really. I know. It's just really funny. Like, also, by the way, we're from the future and everything.
And I think also Jamie kind of assumed that they knew more than he did. Like, I get that feeling.
That's true.
But yeah, I do feel like, you know, even early on here, Jamie, as Victoria is actually like kind of nudging CJ towards Jamie in a way.
Well, because everybody but fucking CJ knows, and we know Vic's opinion
I think Vic knows. I think
CJ.
What I'm saying is I think Vic knows that Jamie has feelings for CJ even at this point is what I'm saying. She was a hostess for a few months.
Julia fucking... No!
Just put a stop to that pretty quickly. This is kind of a cute moment, though, where he's, like, a little bit jealous. And he's like, shit, I think you made me jealous. And we get a kiss. Very cute moment. And that's so true that, like, that's truer than we could possibly imagine. Like, she even turned down Leia, who we know that Keone and Capo had a relationship in the past. Like, that was, like, they were with each other almost, like, pretty much as much as they were with OG.
Oh, this got animated? I didn't know
this did get a little animation, yeah. And a little bit of voice acting. Wow, I've always loved you. Like, that just sounds like something you say, but man, does that take on a different meaning when you know about the Keone and the history and everything. Like, yes, you've literally always loved her. I mean, as long as time has existed.
Defenders unite, but there was a reason why she's first and she'll be last, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Yeah. Although the part of being last is also that, holy shit, does she have the most, like, damaging immediate baggage to work through.
Man,
like,
it really sucks. Being a Vic fan has never been fun. It will always be bad.
It is the train of suffering. There we go.
Okay.
So we just had Vic's sex scene.
Yeah, that was such a great scene that totally was shown all the way through.
Yeah, but I'll talk about what I wanted to talk about as we go through it. Firstly, we get the first hint that CJ's body is not normal because he doesn't have a refractory period during that sex scene, which is like it's again playing with genre conventions and deconstructing them, because on the surface it's just like, oh, of course he doesn't have a refractory period. He's a protagonist of an AVN. He doesn't need one. And it's just like, well, actually, no, he's been genetically modified to be like, to not have one, and all the other mods mean that he is going to suffer in agony if he doesn't have sex 25 times a day, which is just like, sounds great. In practice and reality, absolutely fucking horrific. But yeah, it's a really nice sequence. We also get to see a lot of Vic's vulnerability there. Like, for all of how she is like the most classically Amazonian beauty of the Venusian body, she's so confident and glamorous, like, to the outside world. She is so weighed down by self-loathing that she is incredibly nervous about showing her full self sexually to CJ, because she doesn't see herself as being worth anything, even on a sexual level. Which is just heartbreaking, really. And yes, Jamie sucking her thumb, bless her heart.
What? Where am I? What world am I
Almost certainly hungover. Almost certainly hungover.
Dude, you got fucking plastered.
Little troublemaker. Did I do something weird?
No. Why would you think that? I would have fucking died. Poor CJ.
Saved by the Sarah. Oh no, actually, it's
Wait,
her
isn't
dad.
it? Oh,
It's Jamie's dad. Yeah, it's Jamie's dad turns up, and it's just like.
how's their little son?
Son, Dad, Mr. Hidaka, it's me.
Oh,
How are you doing, my boy? You. Then it's just like, just remember to use protection.
Poor CJ, poor
Good one.
I totally forgot about this. Poor CJ's going through, and he's like, "Fuck, not you too."
Now you're making me. I'm already questioning my sexuality. Please, please, no more.
I totally forgot that he shows up.
Yeah, and that's the end of chapter 18.
Do we know if 19 is a
chapter-
long one or not?
It's not that long.
Okay,
20 is where it starts to get long again.
We will march. Yeah. Oh, I do know. I remember. We will march forward then.
Yeah, 19. The end of 19 would be a good place to stop, I think.
Yeah. Well, I know the further we get, the more likely chapters are gonna just take long. We were trying to speed through the beginning ones, not because there wasn't a whole lot of content to go back over, but it's like they were just so much shorter.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I'm pretty certain we might have to do a 3-parter for 27.
Oh, look, Crow's flicking CJ in the nose.
With Sarah with red.
Oh, I know. We've talked about this like 20 times.
Red tone polish. Their signs were there all along. Anon, you son of a bitch.
Who else does this pose?
Leia.
Okay. Because I was like, that looks so familiar.
Here's something to really bake your noodle. If you pay attention to Sarah's body language throughout the entire game so far, at different times, she will ape the body language of all 4 of the girls. Of the goddess girls.
No, well, not surprising.
Not just in like the emotional sense, but it just literally her stance and demeanor and what she says. As does Jamie, interestingly enough. Don't flick me again. I won't. You don't realize how many free roams there were up until this point.
Hey, I'm not complaining. The free roam stuff, I think at the beginning really set. Like, I think
it helps pace things out a bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it helps. It helps you get to know everybody just a little bit better. Like, the longer you spend with the characters before crazy shit happens, I don't know if I'm sure the game, if you played it when it's complete from 1 to 100, gives you plenty of time to, fall in love with the characters. But like, we wait for, a month at a time each chapter, and it just extends the time that we've known the characters. Like, the walking segments kind of do that too, just on a smaller scale. Like, you get to walk around and find little details that technically don't matter to the wider range of the story.
CJ gets to see his beloved Matoy.
Oh, yes. Insert Rayze talking about Matoy in 5, 4, 3.
I just like Matoy, though she isn't actually my favorite maid. Mikan is my favorite maid, the one who gets the least screen time and focus. Mm-hmm. I love Mikan. She's adorable. Also, possibly a psychopath.
Well, we both know why you like her. It's because of that. I can fix her. It's fine. Anyway, moving on.
Who said she needed fixing? How dare you?
I don't know. I just feel like that's something you would say.
I'm
all right.
Judged here. So yeah, it's this free roam and then a bit for chapter 19. It's not a huge one. But Jamie is like, wow, I drank, and I think low key she knows something happened, but she's in denial, and CJ saying nothing happened is enough to do that.
Who are your friends? Yeah, are you talking to us? Stop talking to us, Jamie.
That 4th wall was being leaned on even back then. Nowadays it gets routinely hurt. And can I just note how well CJ gets along with everybody's mom? Like, everybody's mom. gets
because
on with CJ.
Well, Jamie's mom, it doesn't fit. But I was gonna be like, if it was anybody else, I'm like, yeah, it's because all the moms were supposed to be.
We're supposed to be Cameron's partner, and he's
Yeah.
partly Cameron's. Like, yeah, no, that's actually genuinely part of my theory. Like, if
Which
you really
makes
sit down
sense
with
as to
it,
why at the end CJ fucks all the moms.
MILF Palooza! No, that's not going to happen, guys. Don't get your hopes up. Save it for the requests. If you want to see that, throw requests at Anon. I'm sure he'll be happy.
He'll
to
give
do it.
Anon thousands of dollars, and he will make you whatever you want.
Look at the fountain, and here we see our favorite girl. You know, that reminds me, huh? And here we see one of the biggest mysteries of Oot, even now.
Ah, yes. Such a big mystery that we got told, fucking don't worry about it.
Yeah, one of the only times Anon has actually interceded and come to us and been like, yeah, don't even try. You don't have the information to understand what the hell is going on with Curse Girl.
Our bargain.
And yes, her voice acting, which just adds to it even more. But it is really interesting that she eats pride. That pride is the thing that she eats. It puts me in mind of the stories of the Sin Eater, like the Sin Eater, which is a thing from Christian mythology as well as others, which is the role of an entity that eats evil and consumes it to protect, sometimes to protect others, sometimes in exchange for power. There's lots of variants throughout mythology. But I do wonder if that applies to her here, that she gives him power. And also by taking away his pride, she prevents him from growing too arrogant in his power, maybe.
I do really wonder here, because, like, thematically, like, I don't know, because who she shows up for. I originally thought, like,
she shows up for CJ.
She shows up
Jamie,
for
CJ, and then Sarah's here, but she's not really the person. She also, she's showing up for.
Okay, if we want to, if we want to say it like that, I was also going to say Misaki, but she would be in the Jamie sort of, or not Jamie, the Sarah situation where she's there but not for her. I will say, the only connections I can draw to, because I originally thought this was like somehow this was Jamie related. I don't think so anymore. I think we're being way too blinded here. This is a character that eats something, consumes it, right? And she has purple
and
motif.
Gives him power in
exchange. How is this not Keon related if it's purple motif and consumes things? Like
but the difference there is that Curse Girl gives him power in exchange. Because she's where you get your moves from.
Yeah,
she's where you learn new moves for the combat system, which is in production. I have confirmed. We've seen some previews in the Patreon channels for the sprites that are going to be
giving the motes to feed.
I may feed that incessant power of yours. It's really an interesting way of putting it. Like again, we can't really go too much into it because we just don't know, but it is really interesting. And also, again, even more interesting
Sarah
that she's powerful enough that she
can't
doesn't
see her. And then we never, like, here's another thing. Like, if we ever really wanted to get some info, we just need to know if Crow knows about her.
Right. Which we don't know if she does or doesn't.
I believe she shows up in CJ's dorm after Crow's been connected to them. So
so
she should know.
Unless Crow, not even Crow, can perceive her when she talks to CJ. And we know there's definitely time shenanigans going on with... But we also know that CJ apparently has a bond with Curse Girl.
Yes, and
that's why she's appearing.
We know that it's a different... Yeah, because we know that rings change as the story goes on because Anon changes them. But I think it stayed consistently that ring, which means...
But that ring is also the early ring that all the girls had. Before they went red, and then they become their natural colors.
She also blatantly states that we have a connection, and CJ is like,
"Well, yeah, and that's why she's appearing. That's why she's appearing in the past to this CJ, who is the one who apparently forced the bond on her, which doesn't sound like CJ at all. That we know.
Well, okay, no, you're right. And knowing CJ, I don't think that'll ever be to me,
unless
it seems
it's the only way to resolve things without something really tragic.
I think that it's more of like CJ did something, and as an unintended consequence that happened. That seems more like CJ to me than it being
or
intentional.
it's like I said, where it's a case of like this is the best solution with the least amount of harm out
We'll
of
need
all
to remember to.
options.
I know we'll remember to talk about it when she shows up in the bedroom, but she says something in the bedroom that. Oh, by the way, guys, CJ's maximum HP increased by 5% for new powers and abilities.
The more.
Soon to be.
We can skip that side story. It doesn't have any relevance whatsoever. It's the first side story, but it doesn't have any plot relevance or even character relevance.
I remember. Yeah, feels weird not doing it, but it's fine.
Yeah, it does feel weird. It's just an LR character that someone asked to have their put in, and it's a young, just play it if you want. It's a cute little story, but it doesn't add anything. Other than setting up that CJ does indeed keep losing his obnoxiously red phone. It's interesting that chapter 19 has actually got one of the longest intros. Like, it's actually quite a time before you go in. But yes, we get to meet the maids properly, all three of them, rather than just making Mayu. Did your parents not want you getting lost?
Yeah, maybe because her parents knew that Grandpa was a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, genuinely the case. Like, yes, weird shit was going down. Also, all the murders.
Oh,
yes, here they are.
There they are.
Mayu, Mikan, and Motoi are the three. And yeah, they become, as we've seen in the latest chapters, they are now all servitors and connected to
Sarah's all of us right now. Whoa, pretty women.
Whoa, pretty lady. But yeah, I mean, they were literally designed to be that way. But yeah, but it's CJ apparently always had a bit of a thing for Motoi. He likes doting older sisters, apparently.
I mean, this is literally the older sister game.
They're all on Sands of some flavor, except for Ash. Yeah, it's actually really hard to realize just how short Motoi is compared to CJ. All the maids aren't even 5 feet tall. They're like 4'11", 4'10". And he's still, there we go. She does not take long to cave, does she? And Mayu actively jealous. Yeah, Mayu like 100% does. Forgive him pretty much instantly. I mean, it's kind of really a big deal that in a low-key way when Motoi and the other maids put CJ on the same level as Jamie and okay. And Mika just doesn't care. I told you, she's my favorite for a reason. She's just like, come here. Just smothers them. Also worth noting that one of the colors associated with Mayu is gold. Carpo's color. And she literally calls him a puppy just there, just like Leia does. Ugh. I'm not envious, you're envious. Shut up!
Everybody loves the maids.
Everybody loves the maids.
It's okay.
Especially the lesbians for some reason. I wonder why. But yeah, we established that they've always had a...
This fucking
CJ's
patio.
rapport is so strong. Yeah. But yeah, we're just sort of establishing even now establishing how good the maids are at pretty much everything they do.
I mean, this is really
And Sarah's just Booba. Booba. If my young master sister has any questions,
I didn't know
Human Girls Bobby's cat so bad.
Fucking subtle
there, Sarah. Dedication, loyalty, and attractiveness. Yeah, this is where we start touching on
Coming
some of the
from you
stuff.
is hilarious, by the way, Sarah, but
Right,
moving on.
Straight up,
moving on.
Moving swiftly. Well, I suppose in a way that maybe she empathizes. Although, in an even more ironic
it's funny
level,
because
the ones...
Sarah Sarah asks that whenever Crow is completely on board
Yeah,
with that.
like something I really hope in a not in the sense of I think it's good per se, but good in a story way. Hope that comes from the recent events and this everything that's happening now going into the end of Ash's arc is that CJ being basically coded to be a slave to the goddesses is something that's going to, and then also his gene modifications that enable that on top are going to be something that draws them into a more of a closer romantic connection with the maids. Because don't get me wrong, like they obviously care about each other, and Matoy very clearly has feelings of her own, as well as getting the feelings from Jamie and Mizzy for CJ. I think it'd be really nice for the maids as well to kind of have that relationship with CJ on their own merits, not just as extensions of Jamie. And I think that it would be a really good way for that to be able to have happen. If, like, I mean, they kind of touch on it already when Mayu talks about how when she's with CJ and it's that they're going to have sex at the Love Hotel, and then in the meeting afterwards, she's like, yeah, she could very clearly, and even in that meeting talking to him, she's like, you're one of us, you're like me, and that was so much truer than we realized at the time. That yeah, they are. He is in a very similar position in many respects as they are to Jamie. So it's going to be. I wonder if that's going to actually, in many ways, possibly be a key component in CJ coming to forgive the goddesses for what was done to him. If you see what I'm saying, like
definitely could be.
It's just interesting, and I just really hope that it's the case because I think the maids are pretty much the only characters I feel haven't gotten enough time for us to really get to know them that really adds depth to their romantic connections to CJ in terms of members of the polycule, because they are members of the polycule. Like they just kind of they just very naturally, because of their role in things, play second fiddle to everyone else.
Yeah. Also,
I mean, Mayu's the only one who really gets time in the spotlight.
I skipped this for you, but
Jamie doesn't have tits because he's the dude. And then, I worried about you sometimes, says CJ. I know, Sarah. That's how I often feel with Techno. It's okay.
What?
Huh? Carry on. That's nice, dear. Let's just move on.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy that you're saying some pretty outlandish stuff right now that I definitely didn't insert into the video afterwards in post.
Really? You wouldn't do that to me. I wouldn't change a single thing about you, man. Like, really showing how strongly bonded Jamie and Matoy are, even at this early point. Many important clients stay. Pause. You see, you would think that she pauses there because of the boots, feet, like his feet on the furniture, but we also know from what we learn later that she's actually more like, yes, this is where he brought in people to have the sex slave maids fuck them before killing them.
Man, Haito was a good guy, right?
He did nothing wrong, guys. Straight up.
Oh my god.
A dude with no pussy after a certain age is a bad thing or something. Why do I not believe you? Meanwhile, so cute.
We have to imagine. I just realized we have to imagine all of the previous chapters, everything, the prologue, everything. We have to imagine where Mizzy is at all times, because technically she is.
Because technically she was here all along. Yeah, man, that's a mindfuck, isn't it?
Because I'm not even joking. I was, as this scene popped up, I was
I also think it's really important to notice if you see the video, if you see the picture, the photograph that they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mizzy does fit there, but look who would imagine who would really easily fit in behind Leia and Teresa.
Yeah, Kieran or
Misaki.
Or Misaki. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know. I mean, Anon's been doing that with the fucking title screen picture.
Yes, title screen pictures, yeah.
And there's gaps in them. And there's a lot of room left. I just want to point that out.
There's plenty of room for more.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but that playfulness of the maids is it's certainly part of who they are, but it's only a part. And here we get Vic talking to Leia, and Leia's music plays.
Flower. Ah.
That's because I'm not a pussy. Also immune to alcohol. Cheater. You know, this is really interesting. And then Leia's joking at first, and then wait a minute. It's really interesting that she asks that. The lesbian asks that.
I mean,
I know she was
what?
probably
I'm
just
not gonna
being
say
playful.
that joke, but I'll tell you later.
Will you tell me later? Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you later. It's funny. I have a feeling that one would actually get some people mad at me.
It's okay. You're just a poor little Texas boy. You don't understand the
I think
consequences
the
of your
joke's pretty
actions.
true, though.
Sure you do. Sure you do. That's nice, dear. I thought he was supposed to be a robot cop. He's not a robot yet. And I love the fact that they're just
Do you even know what a robot is, Sarah? No.
And then I love the fact that the maids are lounging with them, and they're like, "Yes, I'll have one." And he's just,
Ow.
"Okay, okay," he's just completely watching the show.
Mm-hmm. I like to imagine that whenever Jamie says, "I'm finding random schizophrenic writings," it's
just our
literally just
writing.
oot. It's just oot.
It's just the Ootcast. No, it's just the Ootcast. That's what they're finding. Just the Ootcast. She's watching Ootcast
here we
episodes
are.
and
It's
like,
like,
what the fuck is this shit?
Wait, why does this have a picture of me on it? Hey guys, so today we're going over chapter 53, and it's shit that wouldn't make sense at all for Jamie to be saying.
You're right. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, this is where all the fun and the sweetness and light of the last couple of chapters, last chapter and a bit, starts to fade away. Because
the testing lab. You know, the one that we have access to.
We're going to have a less creepy guest policy, but I mean, yeah, having a house that will automatically harvest your DNA is a little creepy.
They are absolutely related. What?
But not in a way that Patreon will care about. Just note that clones doesn't apply to clones. Yes, that's why siblings are. But this is where it starts.
Yes.
Yeah, like this was like really, really weird.
We introduced the genetically modified siblings, and then we get introduced to, oh, by the way, our main character and our main fairy are literally the same.
And artificially created to boot. Yeah, they thought that his gene therapy is so advanced that the machine that for like detecting and understanding it thinks it's fake. That's like, yeah.
Clones.
A little bit of an info dump for us.
Mm-hmm.
See, Jamie makes the assumption that it was a clone, that Sarah, you know, yeah, like it's very understandable. You know, she appeared on a rock, didn't she?
I mean, once again, fucking Sarah's like, we know enough about Sarah origins that we can kind of we fit everything together. There's just a couple things of like,
there's a couple of things where they're still like, we don't know. We know what happened, but we don't know how. Yeah.
Sarah was very.
We know what happened, but we don't know quite the details of how.
On so many levels.
His father in the sky. This is where Skydad, as a name for him, started. Yeah, see, I mean, Jamie herself says how bizarre it was, and like how it sounds like something completely made up. Further lampshading how ridiculous Skydad is. And then it makes sense eventually. Oh, and this is also where she's like, give me spiritual information, and Matoy's like, oh.
Yeah, because this leads us to the suitcase, right? Isn't this what this is leading us to?
Yes, this leads to the suitcase. And Matoy coming clean about some of her grandfather's history. Well, because bear in mind, people can't remember her grandfather's name. Like he should be one of the most famous people in recent history.
Yeah, they just refer to him.
Nobody remembers his name. But it's not a conscious thing that they can't remember it. They just say like the richest man in the world, or the father of gene medicine, or all that sort of stuff.
Bro got shattered across time and space, and nobody can remember what he fucking looks
Well,
like.
so removing yourself spiritually from the equation and changing your spirit as soul enough appears to basically fade you out of that reality, which I kind of guess, because to me makes sense. Like if your soul changes enough, you're no longer in tune with that that world's spiritual aura and karmic web, most specifically the karmic web, which Orkso invokes. Yes, this is Haruki contacting CJ to ask her about Kieran and asking for her to check in on Kieran for them, because since the events of Art of Crow's arc, Kieran has gone and disappeared. Ass.
Respectable.
Respectable.
God,
we will respect the ass.
We love older women in this Discord.
Especially like it low key is implied that Alejandra's older than we think, even by like she's like quite possibly in her 70s or 80s.
I'm at to be 70 working your dream job forever and looking eternally youthful.
Yeah, I mean that's the beauty of immortality gene treatment, right? And Ash is like so hungover.
I can't help it. It's okay. You get to be the biggest in the future chapters.
It's okay. You get to be the biggest later. Can you imagine what it's going to be like when her and Misaki eventually do the fusion dance that you know is going to come?
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, no, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, she tried.
But she apparently three. But you have to understand how much three. Like, and a bottle of champagne isn't like a bottle of beer. It's like a bottle.
Yeah.
So 3 bottles. That's like, depending on the quality of the champagne. Let's assume it's cheap ass champagne. That's at least like $800 of champagne, I would guess. Like 3 bottles of decent champagne is going to run you that high. It's interesting that like it surely shows how Leia is so much more relaxed with the group than she is anyone else. Like if anyone outside the group asked her that, she'd fucking tear them to pieces.
Yes, because that's just how this
black
group works.
Blue eyes, black hair, and H cups.
This group doesn't.
I had a bunch done, but they didn't take. So I do wonder if, like, you know, it was a gene mods that prevented them taking, or if it was just chance.
I feel like I thought we had an answer to that for why Ashley's stuff didn't work, didn't we?
No, did we? I don't remember.
Well, wasn't it because... Was it a result of Crow siphoning everything from everybody?
Well, not from Ash, because Ash had too much of Hebe's energy.
So it just didn't work. Okay, so then it would have just been Hebe influence that prevented it from happening. Which actually could make sense from how Hebe talks to Ashley, even just briefly.
Yeah.
In that scene, the way that she's like, "You're not Ashley," implying that she knows who Ashley is, and then it being like, "You think you're small?"
Yeah, it's really interesting that she knows who Ashley is. She might have just been talking metaphorically, to be fair.
Well, I mean...
Also, the finding out that
her,
Teresa has absolutely no gene mods, but then Teresa doesn't need gene mods, because this is like something that I didn't really internalize until recently.
No, Teresa's 100% natural. Yeah.
Yeah, but she's not. But at the same time, she's not, because Teresa is the result of Orkso's selective program via karmic manipulation that stretches back
it's
thousands of years.
It's essentially the same thing, just different process. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
When you can do it the home and original way, why do it the new way, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, when time is an irrelevancy to you, when time is an irrelevancy to you, and you can control pretty much all those outcomes and inputs, like, why not, right? There's no record of the changes. I have to admit, okay, I'm going to put something out here right now, which it's low-key been bothering me for quite a long time. Jamie constantly talks down about how ugly she is and how not beautiful she is and how uncomfortable she is in her body. And Mizzy exists.
Yeah, that's...
And they're twins. So, like, when she talks herself down, she's talking Mizzy's appearance down as well. I'm not saying she's doing it maliciously. It's just a really interesting psychological component and emotional component. Whereas Mizzy has no doubts about how attractive she is. She's got that confidence.
Well, it's really not fair to Jamie,
and it's
because
a
in the
thing.
world where Mizzy exists, which is technically this one, like this conversation is being had, Mizzy's around.
Yeah.
Jamie, while she did agree to this, I believe I remember that conversation of her pretending to be a boy to gain control of the company. This is being forced upon her at such a young age. It's like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's
no
obviously
wonder,
the real root.
No wonder you
that's the real root of
you
her.
fucking,
that's the real root of it, yeah.
Yeah, no wonder you're like, man, this fucking sucks.
She's made to feel ugly because she can't be herself. Whereas Mizzy was at least free to be herself.
What? Chill out, Sarah. Don't be looking at us like that. Like we're the fucking ones responsible. Fucking. I wonder if I've got any Gmods. Sarah looking directly at the camera. All right.
Yeah, I think it's sequence where they meet the Hidaka family is nearly the end of this chapter.
I think the end is I think Jamie goes back to the house.
Mansion, and then Matoi, talks to her.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jamie mentions that she's looking into finding things to do, trying to find information on the spirits to try and help. It's really interesting that this kind of all starts from Jamie's feelings of inadequacy. She wants to be able to contribute so much that she opens this gigantic can of worms. I'm not blaming Jamie. It's a very natural compulsion.
No, it's not Jamie's fault. It's Crow's fault.
Yeah, I mean, strictly speaking, no. Well, yeah, I mean, kind of.
It's really putting the blame on anybody is really hard, and honestly, we shouldn't do it because that's not the point. But yeah, it's still funny.
Yeah, and it's really
Okay. Go see my parents. Let's go.
Yeah, because it's all from Jamie's perspective, and we get to see where Jamie was brought up. And again with the ass. That's literally the first shot we have of Jamie's mom is her ass. Man, I wonder if Anon's an ass man or not.
No.
You think? And they're like, him? Her? What? And they just crack up. And Sarah's face in there is actually low-key one of my favorites for her. If you go back just a little.
Oh yeah.
Just like, just so like indulgent. But
back
like,
when, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah. Did you meet the Campbells? A house is defined by the love and people in it, and that's actually really more important line.
And there's a lot of people in that fucking house right now.
Yeah.
Did you really think those were stars, CJ?
Did you really think those were stars? Well, also, jokes aside, there's a lot of the polycule living there now. Like, I think Leia's living there now. Oh no, she's still in the apartment, but she spends a lot of time there.
Are we talking about current? Are we talking about current game?
Yeah, right now, current.
I think Leia lives in there now.
Yeah, Leia does live in there.
CJ does. I can't remember.
CJ moved in. There's the maids.
Mm-hmm.
There's obviously Jamie and Mizzy.
Wait, everybody moved out, right? Everybody moved out.
Did all of them move out?
I think they all moved. I'm not sure if they're all living in the mansion. I think Teresa still lives with her mom.
Yeah, I think Teresa still lives with her family. As does Ash.
I'm not sure about everybody, but they got rid of the dorms because they're no longer going to be there. So
they're not in the dorm.
So Jamie obviously is living there. CJ, I think Leah is.
Yeah,
or she living with Vic.
Oh, she's not. She's not going to be living in the house she had with her family. So it's either the apartment or, at the or at
Well,
the
I'll make a
convention.
note of that, and I'll figure that out later.
Yeah. I'm sure plenty of people will want to be very willing and eager to tell us the answer.
That's the kind of information that gets you to be the Kahoot champion on fucking on Ood topics. How many people are living in the fucking Hadaka mansion right now? 24.
24. He hasn't started popping out the kids yet. Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Stop.
I mean, it has to be said, if they had just told her right now, like this minute, and they'd just been like, okay, yeah, if you're going to start doing that, there's something you need to know.
You should not do that.
Right. And then tell her why. But I mean, it's natural that you understand why they didn't, because, you know, you don't...
Well, because their parents don't have the scope of, oh, by the way, this is going to happen anyway, by the way.
And parents' instinct to protect is to shield their children from consequences. Your mom's as hot as ever.
I forgot he says that.
Yeah, you forgot that CJ says that? Yeah.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? But I think what he meant to say was he had a great time. Thanks for bringing us, Jamie.
I love how at the beginning CJ and Sarah make up for each other.
Well, I mean, in my head, like the reason the first thing we see of Mrs. Hadaka being harassed is because it's CJ's eyes just go there just naturally.
Jamie may be narrating everything right now, but it's really we're seeing this through CJ's eyes.
CJ's eyes. Dear Lord, your phone buzzer is out. It is.
What?
Sarah's face changed there. What?
Lock in, Sarah.
Just says hey. Oh yeah, this is Kieran reaching out.
Hi, psychopath.
It just says hey back. Duh.
You can't
let girls get you into the first. Anarchy, please focus. So. But yeah, he does see them briefly, and they give a warning, don't they? Although I do feel like it's mostly Misaki trying to stop Kieran from going completely self-isolating.
Okay, I know that she's sitting on the ground right now. It looks like she's standing on a cigarette levitating. The aura of Kieran.
Hey, 'cause she could probably do that now. That's like the level of power she's at. Levitate wherever she wants. Better. The new one is a lot easier to deal with than the old one. CJ actually handles this so well.
It would shock you, Kieran, but people do care about other people.
Well, yeah, but she's at the peak of her self-loathing right now. Like, almost.
No, I know. I'm not made yet.
Like, she's dealing with the...
Who is there at the gym, Kieran?
I mean, in a very real sense, this Kieran, this person, has only been in existence for a couple of days.
I mean, yes, technically. You're right.
And it was also a testament to just how much she gave up. Well, how little of her was left that for Crow to leave behind. That she doesn't remember anything of the spiritual. Like, there's no hints that she is more than what she is beyond a few visual bits and bobs for quite a long time. And he just effortlessly is just like, you know. And there she is in ladies' clothes, is our Jamie. And then she is not Sarah in here, she's Anya.
CJ's not gonna fucking notice.
Kieran with green writing, and then it changes later on to blue and being Misaki. And Kieran changes to red, I want to say. Does she change? No, she's still teal, isn't she? Peak tsundere.
CJ just ignoring the clothes in this scene.
I don't think he looks at her, so he doesn't see it.
I know. That's the thing. The blinders are fully on right now.
Yeah, in a very real sense.
Jamie, why can't I see you at all right now? What do you mean? I don't know.
Anything. Oh no, they go see Crow, don't they? God, I'd forgotten they go see Crow. In
Yeah,
this
they
chapter.
do.
Doesn't go for long though.
No, she's just
But this
locked
is
up.
we get to see Crow in full blown like creepy mode though, which is pretty fun.
Oh, hey, let's go talk to the most unreliable narrator in the
The
entire
most
fucking
unreliable
game.
script. But to be fair, it is literally the only person.
Oh, I know. It's just like, this person knows everything, but they will not fucking tell you the truth.
Well, they know everything, but they don't know how to. Yeah, she can't tell the truth because she's actually in a very similar way to what Hayato's like, where she has all this information, or parts of all this information, and she comes to these conclusions that are completely tainted by her own perspective. They're all gone. Why did you do it? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know what's really fucked up is this could literally just be an echo of what Crow says way back when everything went horribly wrong.
Yeah. So, we
That whole
assume
little-
this is Crow saying this.
But imagine this is Crow talking to the goddesses when she comes out and is like, he's gone. And they're like, what did you do?
Oh my god, I remember this because she acts like she's fucking dead.
Yeah, yeah.
I slowly open the door.
I slowly opened the door, indeed.
Listen, I thought about to cool off. I went about things the wrong way. I get it. It's my fault. Let me make it up to all of you. Anymore. Look. Old Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crow appearing so reasonable here
Mer-
if she wasn't like, hanging with a knife in her.
Yeah,
But then you could
I'll
even say
admit,
that's
murdering
that
people,
itself
I
is
went about this the
calculated.
wrong way.
Because, I mean, this really does nail home that will say literally anything. Literally anything. To, she's been caught now, so she's like, yeah, don't worry. Just let me back in your life, please. Like, I'll fix it. I'll be fine. See, I'm good now. I mean, Crow does play it this does show how smart she is. It is true that Jamie does make a good point there. That Crow does not call CJ by his name.
I do think this is interesting, though, knowing what we know in the future. It's like, does that mean you know someone if you know their name?
Yeah, exactly. Very important, considering how important names are. I mean, I'll be honest again, Jamie would not be vulnerable to all this stuff if her family had just told her when she grew up what her grandfather had been like. Want to know what your father did? I mean, Crow is a bitch, but she is playing it very smart.
I mean, it's crazy because it's like,
she's giving them just
all
enough
truths
information
through the lens of, oh no, you think I'm lying, but no, I'm not.
I don't think your way will be enough. Go ask your family. Yes. I'm telling you this will help you. Do that and I'll reward each of you for aiding him. She still behaves and thinks like she's still in control. Which, in a sense...
Oh, you. Yes, I do. You want to find your sister? You're looking at her. You best believe you're in a fucking ghost story.
Well, I mean, Crow at this point probably believes that it's like, yeah, I can tell you because it's the same thing happened to me. But she doesn't realize that the sisters are the same. Like, again, the issue of Sarah's sisters is something that we don't yet fully understand. Like, we know she's a part of Crow, but is all of Sarah the part of Crow, or is it like is there a blurring here? Like, there's a lot that we don't understand.
I do remember this, though. Impossible.
Yeah, this
me.
was actually the first major hint that Kieran and Crow are the same entity, because yeah, Kieran shouldn't be able to do this to Crow.
Yep.
But Crow is. Yep, there we go. We see it. Like, she's bleeding Crow's power. Because she is Crow.
For the 3 of us.
I know, dude. Fuck you, Anon, is all I'll say.
Son of a bitch. There it is. It's made its return. Oh, Kieran. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so hard not to love Kieran's story. Seriously.
I know.
It's so
she goes through so much, and like in most stories you'd imagine that like it's too much to reasonably think for someone to go through. Like, but Kieran, Anon makes it work with Kieran because everything really does fit together when you see things through the revelations that you experience later. Like, it is such a lot to try and process, but it is all there. But yes, no, we're at the end of chapter 19. Chapter 20, this is when things really start to kick off.
Retrospectives are probably going to slow down from this point out. There's probably going to be no dual chapters that we're going to be doing.
Yeah, we're probably going to just stick with one chapter at a time.
If we can do it, maybe, but I mean, these next chapters are going to be like part 2. So...
Well, I think we're going to up until we get to the crescendo of Jamie's arc, it's going to be 1 chapter per episode. Then it's going to be two episodes per chapter for the crescendo. Vic's arc is the one that kind of intimidates me because there's a couple of really long chapters.
We will make it work.
Chapter 27 may well be a 3-parter.
We'll make it work.
So,
I will not.
No question, we'll make it work. But there's a lot to be said. I'm really looking forward to getting into Jamie's arc because it's really where the story genuinely starts to pick up steam.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure.
And it's where a lot of the stuff comes out, and especially we're going to be getting into Tsukiko's coming into thing, and man, Tsukiko's so important, and there's so much to unpack. I was about to say,
literally the most Jamie's obviously incredibly important. She is Tsukiko, but Tsukiko is just fucking opening the can of worms. I mean, it's just good God. Tsukiko becomes
she's the secondary. She's the secondary protagonist, which is what Anon has always said, that Jamie is the second protagonist, like the deuteragonist, to use the proper term.
Yeah.
Where she's the second one. Like it's because she is the moon to his sun. Like it's narratively and thematically true.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a little bit, I know, but we're back. We'll be doing some more retrospectives. Probably soon. Yeah. I'll get this one up pretty quick, so thank you everybody for watching.
Yeah, Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It was good. I was here. Gosh, so patient.
Just taking a while. I know it
I
takes
was
you a while in
sorry,
your old
man.
age.
Someone was wrong on the internet. I have to
All right.
correct them. No, I'm kidding. Although I'm sure it's happening right now somewhere. But yeah, no,
your
great.
ears
Thank you
burning.
for joining us. That one was kind of like probably if we're a little less clarified and a little more speedy than normal, we're getting back into the swing of it, which is
Just
probably a
remember
good
that the
thing because
retrospectives are not to be like the
yeah, and also we
new
need to get back into
chapters.
the swing of things because 56 is coming up and it looks like a doozy of a chapter.
Oh yeah, can't wait.
All right, have a good
Well,
one, ladies and gentlemen, and be well.
goodbye.